Today is the 8th day of Kislev. We are in the middle of chapter 23 of the Kislev, discussing the laws of Torah reading. Today we'll be completing the chapter, going from paragraph 23 through paragraph 30. Today's episode is dedicated by a phenomenal organization called Chaim v'Chesed. Chaim v'Chesed helps English speakers in Israel navigate Israeli bureaucracy, whether it's areas of medical issues, it's getting special ed benefits, dealing with an electric bill, anything that requires Hebrew and an understanding of Israeli culture, and dealing with red tape in Israel. They are there, no cost, no charge for anyone to call. If you ever need Chaim v'Chesed, you can reach them on their Israeli line at 072 Chesed, Chessed, which is 243-7733. Their American number is 718-407-2448, and you can always find information in the contact info on their website at chaimvchesed.com, ChaimVchesed. They're having their annual campaign today, and anything that you can donate to help out is greatly appreciated. Their work is unbelievable, and they help Americans move to Israel, spend time in Israel much more easily. There's no question that if not for Chaim v'Chesed, there would be many people that would have moved to Israel and then had too much trouble dealing with all the red tape and bureaucracy and ended up leaving Israel. So they are really, even though their mission is not to settle Israel, but there's no question they're having a major hand in helping people move and live and stay in Israel. This is an organization which is particularly close to my heart because it was founded and run by my brother. And so I know firsthand the amazing work that they do. Any donation that you can make is greatly appreciated, and the link will be in the show notes. Paragraph 24. A boy who's not bar mitzvah is not supposed to be the Torah reader and should not get an aliyah. The one exception to this we're going to see actually a few months down the road when we get to chapter 79 is that a boy not bar mitzvah is able to get an aliyah or read the Torah for maftir, that last additional aliyah that we have on Shabbos and holiday mornings. Paragraph 25. After you finish Torah reading, then the Torah reader says half Kaddish, and we do what's called Hagba and Galila. Somebody is called up to pick up the Torah scroll. The practical methodology for doing this is you're supposed to open it up around 3 columns. You're not supposed to open it up wider than that, and not less than that. So it should be around 3 columns open. You hold it by the 2 handles, you pick it up over the edge of the bima, and you push down on the handles to help the Torah scroll then go up. The one who's doing this called Hagba, picking it up, he shows it. Some people turn around all the way, some people turn to the right, turn to the left, so that everybody could see what's written in the Torah. Now you want to make sure that you have a seam of the Torah. The Torahs are in different parchment pieces of paper that are all sewn together. So you want to make sure that a seam is in the middle. When you pick it up, there's a seam in the middle. That way, if it gets stretched a bit too much, it has some give. Otherwise, if you pull it too tight, it could tear, God forbid. With a seam in the middle, there's a little bit of give. As the one who's picking up the Torah shows it to everybody, then the entire congregation responds. Is on page 146 in the Article Siddur. They say, "V'zos haTorah asher sa Moshe l'fnei bnei Yisrael pi Hashem biad Moshe." This is the Torah that Moses placed before the children of Israel upon the commandment of Hashem through Moses' hand. At that point, the person who's holding the Sefer Torah sits down, and somebody else starts rolling it on top, puts the gartel, the belt around it, and puts on the cover. Paragraph 26. Whenever we finish reading the Torah, there's always a half Kaddish that we say. The 2 exceptions to this is that we don't say it by Shabbos afternoon service, by Mincha on Shabbos, and also when we read it by Mincha on fast days, we don't say Kaddish right afterwards. The reason is because we're going to say Kaddish in a moment, half Kaddish in a moment, right before starting Shemona Esrei by those 2 services. Therefore, the half Kaddish we're going to say right before Shemona Esrei also serves to conclude the Torah reading service as well. Chapter 27. On Mondays and Thursdays, while the person is wrapping up the Torah, then the Chazan leader is supposed to say a series of Yehiratzuns, short prayers that are on page 146 in the Article Siddur. On days when Tachan isn't recited because some sort of celebratory day, then these Yehiratzuns, these short prayers, are not recited either. Paragraph 28. As the Torah is then brought back to the Ark, anyone, just like on the way there, if anybody was in the path of the Torah, they're supposed to escort the Torah out to the bima. Now when the Torah is going back to the Ark, so too anybody who's in the path of the Torah, or if the Torah passes by them, they're supposed to join the procession, escorting the Torah back to the Ark. Paragraph 29. Let's say in a place where there's no minyan, there's no Torah reading, for whatever reason. There's no Torah, there's no minyan, so it's still appropriate to read the parsha, or the sections supposed to be read, from a chumash, with no aliyahs, nobody making blessings, but at least to read it from the Chumash so that we don't forget the concept of Torah reading. Paragraph 30. There's a lot of discussion, a lot of rules about whether you could bring a Torah to a place to read from only one time. let's say you're making a minyan someplace where it's not in a shul, and you need a Torah scroll there because the time that you're making the minyan, there's Torah reading. Are you allowed to bring, is it appropriate to bring a Torah from the shul to this house or wherever the minyan is going to be, just to use it for one time or not? So the rules are very technical. So before you do that, just check with a rabbi to make sure that's okay, because sometimes it might be okay, sometimes not, depending on the situation. So just make sure to check it out with the rabbi before doing so. This concludes today's episode. Have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow.